Hey, I hope you all are having a blessed day. And, whether you realize it or not, every single one of us are blessed. The Bible talks about the mercies of the Lord are new every morning, and they were new for you today. They were new for me, and they are new for everyone across our country today, whether we recognize them or not. Recognizing them is a choice. We started talking last week about leadership and how important leadership is in life, and how that all of us in some shape or form, we are a leader because someone is following us. They are looking to us for direction, guidance, the example that we're setting. A leader is an influencer, and all of us have influence upon people in our lives. There's a great deal of leadership that's needed today in our society. The need for example being set in a very strong and decisive way. People today, with everything that's happening with the violence and the rioting that's taking place, you have police departments that are crying out for leadership from their mayors, from their governors. They're begging for it, and they're not getting it. There's an agenda that many of them are following, but it's not a good agenda, but they're not getting the leadership that they need to be able to do their jobs. And so we all are leaders in some respect, and our leadership has influence upon others positively or negatively. Remember, I talked about the fact that a good leader sets the example. A good leader is a person who's a thermostat in a tense situation. Because people are looking to them. A good leader is someone who is constantly learning and growing, and how Dwight Eisenhower said that leadership can be learned. Obviously, there are natural born leaders, but then leadership skills can be learned, and anyone can be a leader. And as I said, if you are influencing the life of someone else, you're a leader. And then we talked about the fact of how leaders are people of honor, people of integrity. And we looked at the honor codes in so many different cultures and how vital and important that is. One of the things I want to mention today about leadership is this, that a leader has an understanding and has a picture of the overall purpose, meaning, and vision for their life. They know where they're going. They know where they're going, and they know how they're going to get there. Now, the military gives us a good example of several layers to this whole understanding of vision and of this overall purpose. When you look at a soldier, they go into the military, they have an overall purpose. They have an overall vision for their life. That is this, that they are going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, whether it be foreign or domestic. That is what they're going to do. That's the big picture. But then each of them are given an MOS. It's the military occupation code. It's the job that they're going to do in the military to help fulfill that overall vision or purpose of supporting and defending the Constitution against all enemies, foreign or domestic. Then they are given an assignment. There is a place where they're going to carry out their job to fulfill that overall purpose. In the job that they have, they're trained, they have skill sets, they have all kinds of knowledge that they gain, and they become proficient at that job. They're given an assignment to fulfill that overall purpose of supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, the same thing is true for each of us as individuals. As a leader, as a person who has influence on other people, we all have an overarching purpose in life. Now, obviously, for a child of God, a person who is following Jesus Christ, we have an overall goal, an overall image of where we're headed and what we are becoming. And that's shared with us in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, that God is conforming us to the image of his Son. We are becoming like Christ. That's the overall goal. That's the overall picture. And then of course we are given gifts. We are given skill sets. We are given experiences in life. There are a lot of things that go into us having a mission or a job or a task in our giftings that will help us grow and fulfill that overall purpose of becoming Christ-like. And then we're given assignments, places that we do and exercise our gifts and our callings in that are going to help us achieve and fulfill that overall purpose of being conformed to the image of Jesus. When you look at your life personally, say you're a man. For you, you look at your overall purpose in this sense, and you say, okay, here's the best picture of the best man that I want to become. Here's the man I want to become. And I've got a good, clear vision and picture of that. This is who I want to become. And then, of course, you have a mission. You have gifts. You have skill sets. You're growing. You have experiences in your life that are helping you move toward that image, and you're developing toward it. And then, of course, you have roles and assignments that you're given where those things are going to be developed to help you fulfill that overall purpose. As a dad, as a husband, as an employee, as a son, as a citizen. You have a number of things and roles that you are fulfilling, but those roles do not identify you. Those roles do not identify you at all. That's not who you are. That is a role that you are fulfilling, and those roles will change. Those roles will change. If I'm a husband, my wife passes away, I'm no longer having the role of a husband, okay? But while I have that, I am a husband, I have a role, and then of course I have gifts, talents, abilities, and skills that are helping me in that role to fulfill my overall purpose of becoming the very best man that I can become. And ultimately for me, that's becoming like Jesus Christ. And the same is true for a woman. It's the same thing. You have an overall picture of the best woman that you can become, the values, the principles and things that you've got that picture out in front of you. Then you have skills, gifts, talents, abilities, experiences, all those things that go in to helping you fulfill your mission in life, and then you are given various roles. Mom, wife, again, citizen, employer, employee, sister, whatever. You have those roles. And so you see why I'm here. You see the what I'm supposed to do while I'm here to fulfill the why. And then you have the roles and the assignments given to you, the things you're going to do, where those gifts, those talents and all can be expressed and exercised as a leader to help you fulfill that overall vision and purpose. You know who you are, you know where you are going, and how you're going to get there. Again, overall purpose, your mission, what you are to do to get there, and then the overall assignment is where it is done, where this is being carried out at and expressed. Like I said, the roles that you have in life. And the whole key here is a leader understands their overall overarching purpose. They have a clear vision of the big picture. Just again, it's like in a war, when you go into a battle, when D-Day was planned out, they had an overall goal. We're going to get to Berlin. And then this is how we're going to do it. That's the overall goal. Then people who had gifts, skills, and ability were put into certain places to help achieve that goal. That was what they were going to do. And their skill sets were placed there. And then each of them were given an assignment and a role to play to help achieve that overarching purpose and goal to fulfill the mission, to fulfill the vision that the generals had in order to win that war. Do you know who you are and why you're here? Do you know what your gifts are? Especially as a child of God, do you know what your talents, your spiritual gifts are? Do you see how the experiences that you have in life, the things that you've gone through, the training that you've received, all of those things? And then ultimately, what is your passion? What is the burning passion in your heart of what you want to do? What you want to be? It's like the old saying, if somebody were to say, you can go out and do blank, and will not fail, but will succeed, what would you want to do? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you be if you knew you could not fail? Now, here's the thing. I know I can't fail at becoming conformed to the image of Jesus from this standpoint, because my Father and my God is committed to getting me safely home and making me like his Son. Does that mean I don't put any effort in it? No. I am to work out this salvation with fear, with awe, with wonder and trembling, just excitement, at where I'm going, because I know the ultimate end. I am going to become like him. I do have responsibility and a role to play, and God has shown me that overall purpose. I have a mission that I'm given, my gifts, my skills, my abilities, my talents, all of those things. And my passion is played very much into that. And then I have an assignment. And right now my assignment is here outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, at a local assembly of believers to fulfill my mission that's helping me achieve and reach the overall purpose for my existence and my life. I know that. Those assignments may change though, but the overall purpose doesn't change. And the mission and the things, and my gifts, my talents, and the passions and ability, those things won't change. They'll just continue to enhance me being able to fulfill the overall purpose. But the assignments at times may change. God may have me here. He may move me there. But again, those other things, they're still going to remain the same. As I said, the scripture says, without a vision, people perish. Maybe you're wandering aimlessly through life because you have no vision. You have no understanding of who you are and why you're here. Discover that, because you are a leader. You are an influencer, and knowing what that is absolutely essential to you having a positive effect on other people's lives. I like what John F. Kennedy said. He said, the efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Efforts and courage are great, but if there's no purpose or direction, you're just spinning your wheels. You're just doing circles, donuts in one spot. You're not moving forward. So here's something to think about. At the end of our lives, all of us at some point are going to close our eyes for the last time. So many people make this statement, and I want to close with this. The end of life statements, I wish I had, comes from the absence of I am going to. You think about that. The end of life's statement, oh, I wish I had, comes from the absence right here and now of I am going to. You think about that. Be the leader God created you to be. Discover who you are and why you're here. Be blessed.